Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into the world of one of Australia's most iconic creatures, the koala. Often mistaken for a bear, this adorable, tree-dwelling marsupial has some incredible adaptations that help it survive in the wild. From their cozy eucalyptus homes to their unique ways of coping with a low-energy diet, koalas have evolved to thrive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. But what makes them so perfectly suited to their surroundings? Join me as we explore the habitat and fascinating adaptations of the koala. Their fuzzy ears and thick fur contribute to their cuddly look, similar to that of a teddy bear. However, koalas are not bears. They are actually marsupials, a type of mammal that carries and nurses its young in a pouch, much like kangaroos and wombats. Early European settlers were not familiar with marsupials as they were native to Australia. Since koalas lived in trees and had features reminiscent of bears, the term bear was simply attached to their name, even though they're not related to bears at all. Koalas are native to Australia and are primarily found in the eastern and southeastern regions of the country. Their habitat is strongly associated with eucalyptus forests as they depend heavily on eucalyptus trees for food and shelter. Koalas inhabit eucalyptus forests and woodlands as the leaves of these trees are their primary food source. They are found in both coastal and inland regions where eucalyptus species dominate. Koalas live in forests where the climate ranges from tropical to temperate. These forests are found along the eastern and southeastern coasts of Australia, including parts of Queensland, New South Wales, Victoria, and South Australia. They are sensitive to extreme weather such as prolonged droughts or heat waves. These environmental conditions can stress eucalyptus trees and reduce the availability of food. In addition to eucalyptus trees, koalas sometimes use other native trees, such as acacias, for shelter. But these trees are not their primary food source. Now let us explore some of the interesting facts about koala bears. Koalas sleep up to 20 hours a day. Koalas are some of the sleepiest animals on Earth. Because their eucalyptus leaf diet is low in energy, they conserve energy by sleeping up to 20 hours a day. Koalas have a unique fingerprint. Just like humans, koalas have individual fingerprints. In fact, their fingerprints are so similar to human fingerprints that they can sometimes be mistaken for ours, even under a microscope. Koalas eat only certain eucalyptus leaves. Out of the 600-plus species of eucalyptus trees, koalas are picky eaters, preferring only around 30 species. They use their sharp sense of smell to sniff out the most nutritious and least toxic leaves. Koalas rarely drink water. The word koala comes from an ancient Aboriginal word meaning no water. That is because they get most of their hydration from eucalyptus leaves and only drink water when it is really dry or hot. This adaptation helps them survive in environments where water sources may be scarce. Male koalas have a loud, bellowing call. Despite their cute and cuddly appearance, male koalas have a deep, bellowing call that can be heard over long distances. They use this call to establish territory and attract mates during the breeding season. Koalas have cartilage pads on their rear ends. Spending most of their lives in trees, koalas have developed tough, padded rears made of cartilage. This helps them sit comfortably in the crooks of trees for hours at a time. Koalas possess a variety of structural, behavioral, and physiological adaptations. These adaptations enable them to thrive in their specific eucalyptus-dominated habitat. These adaptations help them conserve energy, extract nutrients from their diet, and survive in the often harsh Australian climate. Koalas are arboreal animals, meaning they spend most of their lives in trees. They use the trees not just for feeding, but also for resting. Koalas can sleep for up to 18 to 20 hours a day, often perched in the fork of a tree where they feel safe from predators. Koalas have sharp incisors to grasp and cut eucalyptus leaves. Their molars are adapted for grinding the tough leaves into small particles, aiding in digestion. Their powerful jaw muscles allow them to chew the fibrous eucalyptus leaves, which are difficult to break down. Koalas have two opposable digits on their front paws and one on their hind paws, allowing them to grip tree branches securely. Their sharp, curved claws help them climb and stay securely in trees. These claws are essential for moving up and down the smooth trunks of eucalyptus trees. The pads on their paws have a rough texture to help them cling to bark, giving them extra grip for climbing. Koalas have thick, dense fur that provides insulation, protecting them from both heat and cold. The fur on their back is thicker, which helps shield them from rain and sun. Their fur is generally gray with a lighter underside, providing camouflage in the tree canopy. Koalas have a stocky, compact body with a low surface area-to-volume ratio. This helps minimize water loss and maintain body temperature. This body shape is ideal for conserving heat during cold weather and reducing heat absorption in warmer conditions. Koalas are primarily nocturnal, meaning they are most active during the night. This behavior helps them avoid the intense heat of the Australian day, conserving water and energy. They forage for eucalyptus leaves at night when the temperature is cooler. Koalas tend to move slowly and avoid unnecessary movement, climbing only when needed. This also minimizes their exposure to predators. Koalas spend most of their lives in trees, where they are safer from ground predators. They rarely come down to the ground except to move between trees. Their movement between trees is strategic, allowing them to find the most nutritious leaves while minimizing energy expenditure. Male koalas use scent glands on their chest to mark trees within their territory. This helps communicate their presence to other koalas and establish dominance in their home range, especially during the breeding season. Koalas are territorial and maintain home ranges. They rarely leave their home ranges unless forced to move due to environmental changes, food scarcity, or human intervention. Males typically have larger home ranges than females and use scent marking to communicate their presence to other koalas. Koalas have an unusually long digestive tract, particularly their cecum, which houses bacteria that help break down the fibrous eucalyptus leaves. This adaptation is crucial for digesting the toxic and tough cellulose-rich leaves. Eucalyptus leaves contain toxins like phenolic compounds and tannins that are harmful to most animals. Koalas have a highly specialized liver that detoxifies these harmful substances, allowing them to consume large amounts of eucalyptus without getting poisoned. Koalas have a slow metabolic rate, which allows them to conserve energy while subsisting on a low-nutrient diet. This slow digestion process helps them extract as many nutrients as possible from their limited food supply. Koalas have highly efficient kidneys that help conserve water by producing concentrated urine, minimizing water loss through excretion. To cope with varying temperatures, koalas adjust their behavior and body position. In colder weather, they curl up tightly to conserve heat. In hot weather, they stretch out or press their bodies against cooler tree trunks to lose heat through conduction. Their dense fur helps insulate them against both hot and cold conditions. The thicker fur on their back shields them from the sun, while the lighter fur underneath helps with heat dissipation. Koalas are marsupials, meaning the young, called joeys, are born underdeveloped and complete their development in the mother's pouch. After birth, the joey stays in the pouch for about 6 months, feeding on milk and developing the strength to eventually cling to the mother's back. When joeys are ready to transition from milk to eucalyptus, the mother produces a special form of feces called pap. Pap contains the bacteria needed to help the joey digest eucalyptus leaves. This introduction to the bacteria in pap is crucial for the joey's survival on the leaf-based diet. Koalas are perfectly adapted to their unique eucalyptus-dominated environment through a combination of structural, behavioral, and physiological adaptations. These adaptations make koalas highly efficient but also vulnerable to environmental changes, particularly habitat loss and climate change. See you next time with another Science Explainer video.